A lot of people, particularly on Facebook, like to announce that they're in a relationship. But if you ask them really, what does that word mean, relationship? It's the thing or way, two or more um, concepts, objects, and or persons can hereby find a commonality or become synced or closeness to find together. When you look at the word relationship, you find two words, relation and ship. To understand what a relationship is, one needs to know what relation means. Relation is one of the root words. It says that things that a thing or object or person which has a relationship one with another, how we are connected or bound together, either by blood or by other means. Relative is one of the words that come out of the word relation. Relative means to be considered to be related to, or a proportion thereof. What's relative? What binds us together? What brings us together? People are out there without even knowing what exactly it means to relate one to another. To show the connection, to show the in-depthness by which we are bonded together. There are business relationships, there are spiritual relationships, there are marriage relationships, and then there are family relationships. A relation, or things which are relative, come together to show us what we are. A husband and a wife formulate a relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend formulate another type of relationship. And too often, there's a pressure from the world type people to get into a relationship and confusing the term as, hey, I'm with you, therefore I get all kinds of privileges and do what I want with you. This is not a relationship. We need to understand what our commonalities are. A person who enters a relationship should have some sort of goal, objective, and time frame which they can meet them. Goals are, here's where I stand in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and God willing, and I should live so long, 15, 20, or more years. Every man, woman, and child, although not so much a child because they haven't learned yet how to set the standards. If God so chooses to spare us, this is what we need. And a child will not understand what a relationship is unless we show him or her straightforward in our own interaffairs. Too many people on Facebook who haven't met with other people are quick to tag each other as being in a relationship. Can you tell me about the other person? They can't. Simplistic question is, what do they like to eat? What's their favorite food? Where's their favorite hangouts? What do they do in their spare time? Do they write? Do they sing? Do they dance? Or do they just watch TV? Or go online to harass other women or other men like you or me? I get these invites from people all over the world. Oh, I like you. I saw your profile and want to know more about you. I simply respond to them as, look, lady, for me, everything you need to know about me is on my profile. So if you looked at my profile, you would find all the answers to the mystery of what it means to be Daniel Bowman. And trust me, the way they look, the way they dress, the way they act, and the pictures they take of themselves would not work fondly in my world. I don't judge them. These are methodologies which they've been taught, that they are supposed to attract the other spouse, the other person, the other kindred, as they look for a relationship. But different things, different poles, different magnets attract different objects. A weak magnet will only connect with a weak metal. A strong magnet will connect to every solid piece of metal within its sphere or influence. What kind of magnetism are you sending out? Jesus said we are to be examples of His light, of His light, of His walk, His talk, and His being. If we act like they do, dress like they do, think like they do, or treat each other like they do, how can we say then that we are different than what they are? Oh, fine, we shouldn't judge them, but realistically, they're judging us. Oh, you're too square. You're too holy righteous. How can you live by the Bible? We could never live by the Bible. And that statement alone should tell you what they're all about. Main objective of most people today is try to abuse and be the one who conquests. Every time you get into a sexual relationship, a little bit of me enters you, a little bit of you enters me. These are called soul ties. And former relationships will bring into the next relationship what that person is. And the next person enslaves you, and you get beat down and beat down till there's nothing left but you. And you have no self-worth, no esteem, no worthiness. We need to understand what words mean. If you're listening to this video, you should stop and ask yourself, what exactly am I looking for in a relationship? Can two animals pull together, an ox and a donkey? No. The ox is way too big to shovel with the donkey. That doesn't mean a donkey can't pull its own load. In fact, pint size to weight to measure, a donkey could outpull any ox. But the ox uses its size and its brute strength, whereas a donkey uses its stubbornness. I'm more of a donkey person. I'm not built like Macho Man, Savage, or what his name that wrestler was. But I have a tenacity that once I set to do something, I keep working at the task until such time as it's complete. Things to think about in life. How do you react with children? Let me see you around children. There's nothing around like being around a child to show you what kind of man you're with. As you respond aggravating, get out of my face. I don't want to see you. Shut up, sit down, be quiet. Is this the man you want in your life? Time to measure, if you have children of your own, what this person is like. Does he have the habit of getting a babysitter and disappearing for 3, 4, 5 hours in the night, unaccounted for? Talk to his friends. What is he like? What is he a person? Now, a lot of friends will simply cover up for their friends. Oh, he's a nice man. Oh, she's a wonderful lady. Well, let's take you into some of the events. Let us see what he's like, or she's like, in the real life. Where do they hang out? What bar do they go to? What party do they like to go to? Where can I find them? Are they at the library? A school facility? What is their interest? Do they like going swimming? Are they at the track? What kind of sports are they into? All this are a measure of what people are really like. As we go forward into the future, things and lines are becoming a little bit more blurred. As such, we have to establish our own markers in our own territory. And if a guy simply says to you, this is foolishness, I don't have to do this. It's not a matter of having to do this. It's a matter of willingness to do this. And people who belong together will find ways to relate one to the other and bring forth children in due time to relate to the family. Train up a child in the way they should go, and then when they are old, they should not depart from it. Spanking them, beating them, punishing them doesn't really teach them. It corrects them, it acts as a deterrent. But until we can show them a way to better handle a scenario and say, do you think this works better for you? And they find that indeed it does, don't expect them to change anything that they are doing. Something to think about over the next few months, days, weeks, particularly those that are getting into relationships. Stop jumping from guy to guy to guy, or girl to girl to girl, simply because they say, I think you're cute and beautiful. Because this external fades away. And listen, ladies, they've sent me those little cards. Realistically, I'm a 60-plus-year-old man. I am not super sexy, and I know it. The thing is, I have a brain, and I have an ethic. And when it comes to ethics, most of you out there couldn't even begin to understand what that word means. Until next time, I hope all your life is blessed, and I hope that you find your true love. In the meantime, be careful out there. There are more wolves and vipers than there are true warriors for the Lord. Shalom.